Hi, I'm Mel's best friend, and this is my 9th episode of Computers for Dummies. Today, I will be showing episode, let's see what number episode is, 4 of my C++ tutorial series. This will be the one on arrays and loops. So yeah, always make a new file, save as, let's save it as, ignore this folder right here, sorry, my grandpa just wants me to back up, his floppy disk, that's why this folder's here. But yeah, save it as, let's just, save it as whatever you want as long as it has .cpp at the end. So let's see here. Sorry, I'm just installing some stuff because my computer's hard drive broke, so I had to get a new one. Good thing I had a lot of data backed up, but obviously it can be kind of hard to back up installed programs, as that requires being an admin to get to. Okay, so like I said, we're doing arrays and loops. So hashtag include IOStream, as always, as that's what allows you to sorry. That's what allows you to put text on the screen and accept input from the user other than command arguments, which I talked about before. And hashtag include string. No, that's not how you spell string. Spell that right? Yeah, I did. Remember, a lot of tutorials will tell you to put in using namespace std after this, but don't do that. That's not good. Think of it like STD, like sexually transmitted disease. Although, really, you should never do that with any namespace, not just STD. You should really never do that with any namespace. As the point of namespaces is to avoid conflicts with libraries, and that can cause conflicts with libraries even though namespaces exist if you do that. So int main int argc char argv. Don't forget your asterisk and brackets on argv. Now let's talk about what the brackets actually mean now. Brackets signify that it's an array. So let's see here. Okay, so as of recording this video, the Pokemon Sword and Shield Crown Tundra DLC is out, meaning there's 898 Pokemon at the time of recording this video. And that's why I'm using the numbers I'm using in this array. Okay, so here's what you do with arrays. So there are a couple of ways to initialize an array. So let's do int. No, that's not how you spell int. So you see this array right here? That's this thing right here. Basically what an array is it's an array is lots of variables smashed into one. And now, let's see here. No, I do not want that. Now here's how you print just one index in the array. std : cout arrow. And now you do poke. You digits, that's what we named the array, as you can see. Wait, here's the important thing to know. We're printing just one index. Put in the brackets the number index you want to print. Let's print the first index. It's not 1. It is not 1. Indices and arrays start with 0. Yeah, indices is the plural of index, by the way. A lot of people think it's indexes, but no, it's actually indices. But yeah, let's put 0 here. Don't forget your semicolon. Actually, you know what? To make it look nicer when we run it, arrow, no, just 2. std : endl. That'll make it look nicer. And now let's run. Wait, sorry, I forgot to save the file. That's embarrassing. Save. See, it says 8 on the screen. Now let's change it to 1 and see what happens. Oops, forgot to save the file again. Why am I so dumb? I keep on forgetting to save the file. And now we change it to 2. Control S to save. And now, yeah. But remember, your program will crash if you make it out of bounds. Like you see, we make it 3. Actually, I guess it doesn't crash, but it just shows some random messed up number. Yeah, it just shows some messed up number, so yeah, let's change it back. Okay. Let's get rid of this line of code right here. Because remember, in Visual Studio Code, like I said before, the keyboard shortcut to save is Control S. That's actually what it is in a lot of programs. Visual Studio Code is one of them. Now let's talk about loops. So here's what a loop is. A loop is something that allows you to do something multiple times. Like, do something a certain number of times. So like, there's two types that you're going to use a lot. There's a third type that's similar to a while loop, but I'm not sure if I'll cover that in this tutorial or not. So the first type is a while loop. So you do while and then something in the parentheses that's like what you do with an if statement. The difference though is that with an if statement it only executes once. With a while statement it executes until the condition is false or until it hits what's called a break statement. While true. Now what that does is it's a while loop that goes on forever. So let's do std : cout arrow. Okay, that will print the number 9 with a space in between forever. Oops, forgot to save the file yet again. Okay, let's close out. Go back in. Nope, wrong program. Yeah, I think it's still recording. Let's see here. I meant to go into Visual Studio Code, not OBS Studio. Okay, so now what this is saying is, okay, let's explain what this is saying. Okay, so let's see here. Look at this. Okay, so notice what this does. Remember what I said about break statements earlier? So here, let's run this really quick. Don't forget to save the file. Oops, actually there's one thing I want to change. Change this to \n. Okay. Wait, I can't remember if I mentioned in this series what \quotation mark does. It basically allows you to put a quotation mark inside a string. So that way, you know, you can print quotation marks on the screen. Okay. Okay, so let's just run this in the terminal instead, because it seems to be giving me issues. Wait, why did I do that? I hit the wrong key. I actually hit the key next to the one I wanted to hit. So you see, basically, if a person types in N, it will break out of this loop, because break basically says break out of the loop. There's another thing it can mean too, that I'll get into when I talk about switch statements, or as I like to call them, Shrek statements. But they're actually called switch statements. Oh, I like to call them Shrek statements as a joke. Just like how my computer science teacher calls curly braces sexy braces. Yeah, I'm currently taking a computer science class. It's AP level and teaches Java. But remember, this tutorial does not teach Java. This tutorial teaches C++. As I actually know C++ better, I know Java. I took that class because I wanted to get better in Java. And now let's see here. Now let's talk for loops. For loops are a good way to iterate through an array. Let's explain what I mean by that. Okay, so wait, let me show you something first. std : cout arrow size of let's see, dude. See that? Let's explain what that means. So size of is a function that returns the size in bytes of something. An int is 4 bytes big because it's 32-bit. So that means that, and since it's 3 of them, 3 times 4 is 12. That's why it says 12 down here. So yeah, let's now time for a really cool trick right here. For int I equals 0, I is less than size of, and then that divided by 4 I plus plus Now, here's what this will do. I'll show you. It's pretty cool. See that? Now we save. See that? That's pretty interesting. You see? So, here's what this code right here does. So, for, it's the kind of loop we're dealing with. Int I equals 0. Basically, that's the variable that will be used in the loop. I. It starts out as 0. I is less than this, which is size in number of variables. Which is size in variables of the array, not the size in bytes, but the size in variables. After this, I'll talk about how big each kind of variable is. And I plus plus means make it go up by 1. Plus plus is how you make something go up by 1. So this means it will run this and then make it go up by 1. And then check to see if this is still true. If it is, do it again until this is not true anymore. So kind of like a while loop, except it has the initialize, check, and change all in one line, separated by semicolons. That's what a for loop is. Every while loop can be written as a for loop, and every for loop can be written as a while loop. It could just look weird sometimes when you write something as a while loop or write something as a for loop, and if that's the case, write as the other one. And also, there's a third kind of loop called a do while loop. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about that right now. It's basically a while loop, but it will always happen at least once. Like if the condition is false, it's going to happen once. And only once if the condition is false, instead of not happening at all if the condition is false. And then, let's see here. Okay, so let's talk about the sizes in bytes of different kinds of variables. So, let's do it. So I said int is 4 bytes, char is 1 byte, bool, which is short for boolean, isn't even a byte, it's a bit. A bit is an eighth of a byte. And let's see, there's one other one that I want to say. Oh yeah, double is 8, float is 4, and also long I think is 8 as well, which is basically an int but can hold more numbers. Let's see here. The more bytes it is, the more memory it takes up, but also the bigger the numbers can be in it. Because remember, computers store everything as a number. Is there anything else I want to do in this tutorial? Maybe another thing I could do is show that arrays don't have to be initialized and declared at the same time. Like here's how you just do the declaration. So let's see here. Okay, so you see that array right there? Okay, so like I said, that array is uninitialized, meaning it has no values in it. Oops! I am dumb. I forgot the std namespace. Did I seriously get C++ and Java mixed up? I know Java has it starting with a capital S, but still, I think I might have gotten C++ and Java mixed up. Sorry, my brain's on dial-up. I know Java has a capital S, but still, there's no std : before it in Java, because I don't think Java has namespaces. Don't quote me on that. I don't think Java has namespaces. Don't quote me on that, like I said before. Because, like I said, I haven't made it that far into learning Java, because I just started taking this class this school year, and I've just now made it, just only a few weeks ago made it into the second half of the first semester. Okay, so let's see here. No. Which yeah, it was that way. Remember, don't forget your semicolons. What am I missing? What? I did put a semicolon there. Oh, I see. It is running. You see? That's my family. I just said the names of people in my family. See, it's the program where it has you type in names of your family, stores them into an array, and does that. I mean, much later in the series, actually, I think it's much later, I'll cover what's called vectors. Because one limitation in an array is that you can't resize it. It has a fixed size. But vectors can be resized. I'll talk about that once I get to that in this tutorial series. And you see, here it is. The names are, there's my name right there, Ben. Jack and Peter are my brother's names. Cece, my sister. Susan, my mom. And Matthew, my dad. I have an awesome family, I think. Here's the only unfortunate thing about my family. The only unfortunate thing about my family is that there just aren't enough people who are good with computers in my family. My dad is the only other person who knows how to program in the family. My dad, he's a software developer, in fact. He's the only other one in the family who knows how to program. Like, Jack and Peter just play games with computers. Cece and Mom, they just suck with computers. Which I think is dumb to suck with computers these days, because computers aren't going away. They're something we're using every day. Hey, that rhymes. So yeah, you should be watching my series Computers for Dummies that I'm recording an episode of right now. Speaking of that, this is Mel's best friend signing off, because you know, this video has gone on for too long now. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, or I will steal your cookies, delete your System32, eat your fingers, and put you in a blender. Now remember, that's just a joke. I would never actually do that.